Welcome to another episode of Bird Janitorial Training. This one is about electrostatic sprayers and spraying. We've got two that we're going to be working with here. One is a Ryobi battery pack charger. It's got about a half-gallon tank. And this one is a Victory. This is the OG of electrostatic sprayers and has a much smaller tank. Both have very long battery run times. But we're going to just talk a little bit about how both are used real quick here. First of all, whenever you're doing a spray job, you're going to want this on, and you're going to want some safety glasses on. And there will be chemicals kind of around you, so the safety glasses will just kind of keep that from, they're just a little snugger than a regular glasses, so they're going to keep stuff out. And you want long sleeves. I don't have pants on right now for the video, but you're going to want long pants, closed-toed shoes, maybe a ball cap of some kind. There are occasions where we'll put a hazmat suit on and duct tape it and seal it and such, but most commonly we don't need to. But I always bring an extra shirt. I always wear a long sleeve, and then I'll bring an extra shirt in case this one gets wet or trashed, or I need to go somewhere afterwards and need a different shirt. Sometimes I'll wear a little hoodie and just put the hood up while I'm spraying, just to kind of keep my hair from getting tons and tons of chemical on it. The chemical we use is called vital oxide, and it is okay to come in the building and work and breathe, within 5 minutes after spraying it. And it's really not that dangerous for us to be around while we're spraying, especially if we've got a mask on. You don't really want to be breathing it in for an hour or two without a mask. But it is actually biodegradable and safe, but it does kill COVID. So, all right, back to the sprayers. Both of these sprayers, you'll find that once you hit that trigger button, it's gonna spit out a pretty thick stream of chemical it doesn't quite mist it right off the bat. So I always keep a rag over it. This one I've already primed, it's already missing. You could probably even see that. It's also got 3 different controls or like thicknesses of chemical that you can disperse. This on low right now, and then you twist this little thing right here. Now it's on medium, and now it's on high. And if you have a really large account or building that you're going to be spraying, you might put it on high because you're going to move quicker. You're going to want to cover more square footage faster. You're spraying a lot of air and a lot of things, and you're going to want way more chemical output so that you can have a little quicker pace. This is the same thing. This Victory is the same way. I always kind of keep a rag. Yep, I've already primed it. Spit a little bit, but you can see I'm just spraying water today. But the tip has 3 different settings. There's a little ratchet that you stick in there, and it changes the tip from a real fine mist to a much thicker mist, and you can walk a little faster. The smaller tank on this makes it not quite so ideal for a really large account, but if we've got a job coming up where we're going to have multiple people, we'll have all of our sprayers going at once. I'll probably have this bigger sprayer going through real quick, hitting all the high points and air, and just open air areas, and then I'll probably have somebody follow with this gun and do workstations. That will put both guns in the right place for what they're good for. So you'll always have a rag with you. We'll probably go through quite a few rags. You just they'll get wet. Every time you start and stop, it might have a little spitting to do. This one is much heavier. It's heavier to start with, and then you're adding a half gallon of liquid. So your arm's gonna be tired. If you're holding this thing up here, both of your arms are gonna get tired. I have found that, first let me demonstrate. This one has a wristband with a static barrier. This keeps the static from building up and reducing the effectiveness of this. So you wear this static band as you use this. But let me demonstrate how this is best used on the long term for a bigger job. I put it on my shoulder, and I've got my handle up here, and there's the little button, and so I'm gonna have that on my shoulder and push this button. But this right here is where we add the chemical, and if you tip it, it will leak, and that will go down your back. So you've got to put this on your shoulder and kind of lean out just a little. Don't have to lean a lot, but now you've got it, and you can hit that. And you're gonna go through and walk backwards. You're gonna be looking back and walking backwards. You don't want to walk into your chemical all day. So you can see I've got this at a slight angle on my shoulder so that the weight of it is really carried by your whole body and not just your arm muscle. But you will get some drippage here if you're not careful about how you raise it up and what angle you put that. Okay, this one, this container, that container doesn't come off of the Ryobi. You just take the lid off and add water. This one, the container has to come off. It's got a little loop, a little pull switch in here. You can lock your gun, turn off your electrostatic. With that, that's an on-off to engage the electrostatic. Turn that off, lock that, pull this, and this will drop, and then unlock that, and this will drop down. And then there's chemical inside the hose still, so it's gonna drip. You can refill this, and when you put it back on, stick that in. Make sure everything is aligned. Sometimes it gets sideways, and it will click in, even though it's not straight, it will click in. And you gotta double check and make sure it's straight. So that's on there properly on this side, on there properly on this side. Now we're gonna lock it in. Okay, it's locked. Put that flat. Turn on the electrostatic part so that it's doing what it's supposed to do. Unlock that button just like you do a drill or any power tool. Make sure you've got your rag. And now you've got a good spray. You can actually hear the electrostatic action happening, and that you kind of want to get used to that sound, because it will spit out some spray and not be sending that charge through, and so you can, once you hear that charge happening, then you know, okay, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Okay, there is the Victory Electrostatic Sprayer, the OG, and the brand new-ish Ryobi's version of electrostatic spray. And that is, there's not a lot of difference in terms of effectiveness, but this one's gonna get a much bigger job done much quicker. All right, thanks a lot.